And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are camped out today at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes on Odana Road, and he is gracious enough to host him. We're going to be chatting with Crazy Lenny a little bit later on in the program.
Can't wait.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
as we'll talk about this sea of bikes that is around us. Right now, though, we were going to talk with Dave Carlson from the city of Whitewater. He is the Economic Development Director. And Dave, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I love visiting Whitewater, especially for sports. I like going there for the UW Whitewater sports stuff.
Yep.
As far as Whitewater as a whole, what makes it such like it's got a buzz about it. What makes it a great community as far as visiting or maybe even relocating to if you're a family?
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. I'm a Whitewater Warhawk alum.
Nice. Yeah.
30 some years ago. And that's what we're most known for, but sometimes people don't know what else we have to offer. And it is a great place for families to relocate to. We have some excellent natural resources. The Kettle Moraine State Forest is nearby, Ice Age Trail. We've got some great parks, a wonderful historic downtown, some historic neighborhoods, so if you're like into architecture and stuff like that. Schools are really known for some things. We had a team go to a national robotics competition from Whitewater High School. It's been named as one of the outstanding music education schools in the country. So we just have a lot of stuff going on. You know, the other nice thing about it is if you want to be convenient to Madison or Milwaukee or Northern Illinois, you are. It's 45 minutes tops, to either. But you're also off the beaten track and far enough away that you can kind of relax and enjoy small town living.
You bet. So you go for the sports, lots of other reasons. What do you think are some of the favorite recreational activities for families?
Well, there are a lot of people that sort of use Whitewater as a stepping off point to get to that, either the Glacial Drumlin Bike Trail, which is not too far away, but more commonly the Kettle Moraine State Forest. As we mentioned, the Ice Age Trail. We have a couple of hotels in town, so you could take a weekend, load up the kids, load up the e-bikes, and get out there and hit the trails or hike the trails, snowshoe the trails. I think there's cross-country ski trails. Any number of things we could do during this winter. And once spring comes, we just have some other great opportunities. There's trails within the town. We've got a couple of lakes right in Whitewater. In fact, yesterday I was out watching some guys ice fish. They're onto the lake already. They're catching some fish, which is just great to have that kind of a natural resource right within the community. I
liked most of what you said there. I'm not going on the ice.
No.
I'm not quite ready to go out on the ice yet either. Not when I see open water. But I trust that those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
One thing I do love though, Wisconsin, when it gets warm, then it starts warming up. The events pop up all over the place,
Absolutely.
which is a great thing.
Yes.
Whitewater, no stranger to that. What are some of the events that people can look forward to?
Well, we've actually got a Freeze Fest coming up Saturday, February 9th.
Oh, wow.
And that will include the ever-popular polar plunge into Cravath Lake, right along the great-looking lakefront that we have. There's also a chili feed as part of that. And, we've got 4th of July. That's just sort of one of the legend events in Whitewater. Every year we have a great 4th of July for a community our size. And it's just really a great, fun family thing. Farmers market. During the warm weather months, it's right outside our historic depot, right downtown. In fact, my office overlooks that. The first Tuesday that I worked in Whitewater a couple of years ago, I looked down in the afternoon and all of a sudden there were tents and little canopies popping up and people putting out their wares. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to not only buy some good local produce and products, but to socialize. It's really become a community gathering place.
Wow.
And it's just a great event.
I'm going to fall in love with Whitewater all
Absolutely.
over again.
Not as big as the Madison Farmers Market, but you really get the sense of people connecting.
Yes.
Producers connecting with customers, city residents communicating with other city residents.
Yes.
A lot of community buzz happens.
Fabulous community. And when we're thinking about a community to either visit or certainly if we're thinking relocation, of course we think about schools. You touched on it a little bit in the front of the interview.
Yeah.
Talk to us more about schools there.
Yeah, well, the UW Whitewater is known as the Warhawks, right? Whitewater High School has the Whippets. That's actually cute little dog, the Whippets. I always thought that was clever.
Yes.
But one of the elementary schools, Washington Elementary Schools, was recently recognized as a Blue Ribbon school.
Wow.
There's just a lot of effort going on in terms of quality education. I mentioned the music program, the robotics competition. It's just like I said, some people want to be in the big city. Some people want to be in a small town, have a little bit smaller class size, get to know people. And that's just a real opportunity for Whitewater.
Dave, we got about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
People, if they want to relocate, they got to make money somehow. What's the jobs outlook there in Whitewater?
It's really great. We have a very strong manufacturing base. You know, a number of large employers, and they're always hiring. And the other thing is we have an innovation center that we built about 7 or 8 years ago that helps entrepreneurs and other small businesses to get going and to grow businesses. We're kind of trying, instead of trying to land a big business, we're trying to land a bunch of small businesses because we think that's more sustainable and probably better for diversifying the local economy.
Absolutely. Boy, I'm looking forward to my next visit to
Me
Whitewater.
too. Let's go.
You are the cheerleader for the city. I absolutely
One
love it.
of
So-
many, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Good.
great job. Dave Carlson joining us here. We'll be back with more Wisconsin Family right after this.